Hi.
I have hoagie.
Welcome back.
I have hoagie in my tea.
It's okay. You gotta eat.
I
Girls
also
gotta
should
eat.
pee before we start it.
What are we talking about today?
Today's episode 3 of Two Pricks and a Chick, and we are going to talk about preventative Botox. I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, it is. It's a good topic. I feel like clients have a lot of questions about this, and if they are, starting too early, starting too late, what tips do you have on preventative Botox?
I think it really depends on who you're talking to. Do you ever get those clients that are moms in your chair and they're like, my daughter wants all of this and I'm trying to tell her no?
Yeah.
That's
all
kind
the time.
of all the time, right?
Yeah.
And that's where I try to kind of defend these young girls because I'm like, okay, the filler is not necessary, but the Botox kind of can be. So here's what I always tell the moms. You can talk about what you tell the kids, them kids your age. I always tell the moms. Filler's a little different. I do try to walk the young girls off the ledge with too much filler because they haven't lost volume. They don't really need too much filler. Botox, however, if you can prevent the line from carving in, then it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
You're also going to need a lower dose when you start a little bit earlier. You don't need to be frozen. You just kind of need to mute the movement so you're not carving it in.
And it softens more even with such a small dose.
I agree.
Yeah. So this can be a little controversial. Botox, at the end of the day, it's preventative. It's not corrective. Now, it can be corrective to a degree. Obviously, when you get Botox, your lines are going to soften a bit. But when people are starting a little, quote-unquote, too late in the game, they will often notice that their lines are not fully softened after one Botox treatment. They come back in for a touch-up. My lines are still there, no movement, but they still have lines. That is normal. It's important to start early so those lines don't carve in. Filler is corrective, but filler we don't place in the forehead typically. So you want to start early, that way those lines never carve in. Or if they do carve in a little, at least it's not as deep.
Right? Totally. Listen, Botox is expensive as shit.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
It's not realistic for a lot of 20-year-olds. So most of the time we have 30s, 40s, 50s coming in, and we're forced to kind of chase those lines a little bit because it's just not realistic for a lot of 20-year-olds to be coming in here and dropping $300, $400, $500 on their Botox.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
when their asses are dropping thousands of dollars on fake hair extensions, that's when I'm like, all right, let's take care of our skin a little bit. Let's back up.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yes, skin. That's another thing. You just reminded me.
We're such a good team.
Your injectable results, especially your Botox, it's only going to be as good as the quality of your skin. If the quality of your skin is mediocre, your results are probably going to be mediocre.
And if you're putting that much money into your Botox, you're silly to not be putting any kind of effort into your skin.
Yeah. We are never prepared for these, by the way. We don't think about what we're going to say. We just get here and we start talking.
They can probably tell.
Probably. Yeah, Jackie just said, it's not taking care of your skin, but dropping loads of money on Botox is like going to the dentist every 6 months for your cleaning and not brushing your teeth every night.
You're going to need your skin forever. Mm-hmm. So as long as your skin is healthy, you're going to need less injectables.
Yep. Very true.
The tighter you keep your skin, the more preventative treatments that you can do, however much that you can, afford and budget and all that kind of stuff, it's only going to do you so much more justice in the future on top of a microneedle.
Yeah.
If you're not doing microneedling with your Botox, you're silly. Microneedling, especially for the women with static lines who it's troublesome to get rid of, you need that collagen stimulation. You need to thicken that skin if you're going to fade those lines. How many units would you typically dose, let's say, a 25-year-old? This is a trick question.
I'd say average of 30 to 40, depending on, are they treating all 3 areas, or are they doing just one? If they're treating all 3, I'd say average is somewhere between 35 and 40.
And there's really no age.
Yeah.
People say when should I start my Botox? When you should start your Botox is when you're noticing lines at rest.
Yeah.
Static lines, your makeup settling in there, you're catching them in photo without lifting your brow, without furrowing in, without smiling. If you have lines at rest, that's a good time to start.
Yeah, I think genetics play a good role too. I've seen 30-year-olds, have deeper static lines than some maybe 40-year-olds that have never had Botox. Botox. So it just depends on your skin quality. Have you spent a lot of time in the sun? Do you maybe sleep in your makeup, stuff like that?
And then there's Lizzie, who has no movement whatsoever.
Oh, I know. She's nothing.
Let's go get her.
Yeah.
We found her.
Hello.
Welcome to Two Chicks and a Prick.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Do you love how she's just holding her bangs up?
I am.
Okay, wait. Go close to the camera and show them. Lizzie does not get Botox or Dysport in her forehead, any of her upper face. Like, she doesn't carve lines in.
Yeah, my lines were deeper than that when I was 23.
Truth.
Yeah,
And this bitch begs, can I get Botox? I'm like, you don't need it.
nothing.
Where do you get your Botox?
I get it in my masseters
Why?
because I have TMD and I clench and it hurts. They're like walnuts and it's so painful. And so as soon as I get that shot in there, I start feeling it kick in. A week later, you can't talk a little bit after like it kicks in. So I suggest if you get a lip flip and your masseters.
I'm dead. But her most favorite spot's her lip flip.
Yes.
Dina's trying to find a photo of herself, and I just
look.
saw some not safe for work shit. Yeah. No, come on, that's being a little dramatic.
I know, but I was 22.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you see those?
Yeah.
Right there. I feel like it's hard to see it on that. But yeah, genetics. Now they're gone.
So next week, we don't know what we're going to talk about because Dana has a good idea, but she can't remember it right now.
You
So
have to delete.
no, I'm not going to delete that. She doesn't know. So it's going to be a surprise because when she does figure it out, we'll talk about it. Till next
Stay
week.
tuned.